Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. Oklahoma versus Missouri. Injuries are beginning to take a toll on the Missouri Tigers, particularly on the offensive side of the ball, where key players are sidelined. Despite averaging nearly 28 points per game on the season, Missouri has struggled to put up 10 points per game over their last two outings. Their upcoming matchup against Oklahoma's formidable defense will be another significant challenge. While Oklahoma's defense has not been without its own flaws, they showed signs of improvement last week and could find renewed confidence under their new offensive coordinator. Oklahoma is one win away from bowl eligibility and holds the advantage in this matchup, especially with Missouri continuing to battle injuries. Although the Sooners are also dealing with depth chart issues, their only key starter out is wide receiver Deion Burks. Given both teams' defensive strengths, this game is expected to be a low-scoring affair, and Oklahoma's defense is poised to win the battle. The Sooners have had the upper hand in their recent head-to-head matchups and are expected to secure the victory. Prediction: Oklahoma plus 3 points. This game is likely to resemble a traditional Big Ten-style contest, with both teams struggling to find offensive rhythm while relying on their stout defenses. Missouri has been particularly strong defensively, allowing just 18 points per game, while Oklahoma gives up 21 points per game. The combined total of 39 points is well below the posted total, suggesting a low-scoring contest. Injuries to Missouri's offense have further hampered their scoring potential, as evidenced by their shutout loss to Alabama last week. Oklahoma's defense, which travels well, poses a significant challenge for the Tigers. Meanwhile, Oklahoma's offense has been inconsistent, averaging just under 9 points per game in their 3 losses before their recent win against Maine. Prediction: under 42.5 points. Virginia versus Pittsburgh. The Virginia Cavaliers come into this matchup off a bye week with a 4-4 record. In ACC play, they have struggled, dropping 3 consecutive games to bring their conference record to 2-3. Coach Tony Elliott, now in his 3rd season, has yet to lead the Cavaliers to a bowl game, and while Virginia still has a chance to become bowl eligible, the road ahead is challenging. With 3 of their remaining 4 games on the road, at Pitt, Notre Dame, and Virginia Tech, and a home game against SMU, the Cavaliers face an uphill battle. That said, they have been profitable against the spread, 5-1 ATS, and have leaned toward the under with a 3-5-0/U record. The Pittsburgh Panthers, coming off a disappointing 3-9 season, have turned things around dramatically in 2023, sitting at 7-1 with a strong 3-1 ACC record. Head coach Pat Narduzzi's decision to replace his offensive coordinator has paid off, as the Panthers' offense has been clicking, averaging 38.9 points per game overall, and a remarkable 45 points per game at home. Virginia's defense, which ranks poorly in multiple categories, including 106th in total yards allowed for 109 yards per game and 126th in passing yards allowed, 275 per game, plays directly into Pitt's strengths, especially their ability to exploit the passing game. Once Pitt gets their passing attack going, they also have a dangerous backfield led by Desmond Reed to add another layer of explosiveness. Virginia will find some success in the passing game, but with quarterback Anthony Calandria struggling with interceptions, his 18th-ranked Pitt defense leads the nation with 1.2 picks per game. The Cavaliers' offense could be in trouble. Furthermore, while Virginia often utilizes Calandria in design keeper plays, Pitt has been stout against the run, allowing just 102 yards per game and ranking 13th in the nation in sacks. With a clean injury report, the Panthers are poised to continue their dominance at home. Prediction: Pitt minus 7 points. As for the total, both teams have trended toward the under recently. Virginia has scored under 20 points in 3 of their last 4 ACC games, including a meager 14-point effort against UNC. Pittsburgh, while potent on offense, has had a solid defense, allowing an average of just 17 points in their last 3 games, and a return to their home field should help their defense continue its strong play. Both teams have struggled on third downs, leading to fewer successful drives. With the Cavaliers' inability to consistently put up points and Pittsburgh's defense performing well, this game is expected to fall short of the 57.5 point total. Prediction: under 57.5 points. Nevada versus Boise State. Nevada is coming off a tough 38-21 loss to Colorado State, despite a heroic performance from quarterback Brendan Lewis, who threw for 252 yards and a touchdown while also rushing for 109 yards and 2 more scores. Wide receiver Cortez Braham Jr. was another bright spot, racking up 141 yards on 9 catches. However, Nevada's inability to execute early on, including a 17-0 halftime deficit and a costly third-quarter mistake that led to a 28-0 hole, underscored the team's struggles. They now face a difficult challenge in Boise State, who are riding high off a 56-24 thrashing of San Diego State. The Broncos have won 6 straight, and their offense, led by running back Ashton Janney and quarterback Maddox Madsen, has been nearly unstoppable. Janney set a school record with his 8th straight 100-yard game, and Madsen threw for a career-high 307 yards and 4 touchdowns in the win. The Broncos have been dominant at home and are one of the most balanced teams in the country, ranking first in rushing offense and solid on defense. Prediction: Boise State minus 24.5 points. Boise State's rushing game is a major strength, averaging 6.6 yards per play and 257 rushing yards per game. Nevada has struggled against the run all season, and with the Broncos' offense clicking on all cylinders, this is likely to be a tough matchup for the Wolfpack. Additionally, Nevada's defense has allowed an average of 30 points per game, which spells trouble against a Boise State offense that scores 44.3 points per game. The Broncos' defense is also strong, particularly against the run, limiting opponents to just 111 rushing yards per game. With Nevada averaging only 21.9 points per game and struggling to keep up with higher caliber opponents, Boise State should cover the hefty spread. Prediction: over 60.5 points. Both teams have shown a tendency for high-scoring games recently. Nevada has hit the over in 5 of their last 6 games, and with their struggles against the run, they are likely to give up plenty of points to Boise State's powerful rushing attack. The Broncos, who have scored 60-plus points in 6 of their 8 games this season, will likely keep the pace high. Considering both teams' trends, bettors should expect a high-scoring affair with plenty of action on the board, making the over 60.5 points a solid bet. Washington versus Penn State. This matchup is a bit of a throwback, as the two teams only meet for the 4th time in history, with Penn State winning the last encounter in the 2017 Fiesta Bowl, 35-28. Fast forward to today, and Washington finds themselves working through a transition in their new conference, while Penn State has been steady, despite a slight dip in performance in their recent game against the nation's 4th-ranked team. Quarterback struggles have been a concern for the Nittany Lions, particularly in the past 2 games, which doesn't bode well as they face Washington's top-tier passing defense in the Big Ten. Washington's offense, led by Rodgers, has shown potential in moving the ball effectively, but they've struggled to turn that into consistent scoring. Prediction: Washington plus 13.5 points. Despite Penn State being the stronger team on paper, this game is shaping up to be closer than expected. Washington has been a bit unpredictable, going 4-5 against the spread, ATS, this season, but they've demonstrated enough offensive firepower to stay competitive. Penn State, while solid, has not been covering spreads consistently, going 3-5 ATS. With Washington's defense able to disrupt Penn State's offense and the Nittany Lions quarterback still not in top form, this game will likely come down to the wire. Washington getting the points is a solid pick here, especially considering how tight this game could be. Prediction: under 46 points. Both teams are among the top 6 in the Big Ten for total offense, averaging 54.4 combined points per game. However, their ability to put up points has been somewhat stunted by solid defensive play. Penn State's offense has slowed recently, scoring 28 or fewer points in 4 of their last 5 games, including a season-low 13 points last time out. Washington, too, has struggled to score at times, with 4 games this season where they've been held to 18 points or less. With both teams facing offensive limitations and defenses stepping up as the season progresses, the under looks like the smart bet here. Expect a gritty, low-scoring affair,